Question is, how did you first get involved into acting?
All right. I did not, unlike someone like Alia Bhatt who wanted to be an actor ever since she was a kid, I did not think of that as a child. Acting is something that would never feature in your head. Like, not that it was taboo or this thing, but it's like a hobby. Who makes a career out of acting? But by the time I was a teenager, my first job was a radio jockey. I was with Radio Mirchi in Bombay 2002 actually. Then that lasted for about 6 months. There was Atul Kumar, who is a theatre director, and in my college they needed to rehearse for a play. And he told my principal, Dr. Mrs. Anand at the time, said, I need space to rehearse, but I have no money. So she said, look, you can come 4 hours early, and you can train our kids who are interested in acting. I was one of them because I just finished with radio, and I'm like, what do I want to do? I want to do stage. I had seen some of the stuff. I had to learn a monologue. I learned the monologue, and I started it, and I had, just before us shooting this, Abhay was like, can you just shift your chair and all? The chair played an important role in my life because all I had was a chair, and Atul was sitting where you are, Monica, and I started the monologue. It was about just that much, like a 1 page, and he said, okay, stop, like 4 lines into it. And he said, you got the part. Much later, I asked him, why did you stop? Because as he started, I thought like, bas ho gaya. But he was like, he saw in me that I had it. It's either you have it or you don't. And if you have it, then you take that time to polish it. Then one thing led to another, where the industry started opening up. First, they were single screen theaters, right? So there were only those many films being made. Then multiplex opened up in the early 2000s or late 90s, where one building had 4 screens. So they needed to play more films. Then I was a video jockey with Channel V, Star TV. And I did that for 2 years. That was good, but I didn't want to be a full-time host. I was like, what am I going to do next? IPL, shift to Disney. I don't want to be a host. I want to be an actor. So I said, let's struggle. I pulled up, Dev D had come out in 2009. Okay. You remember Dev D, the film? Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is really like a game changer. There's a film which is like, yes, it had Abhay, your namesake, but it was different. And I said, if they can make films like this, then there's scope for actors like me, who come from no sort of like actor pedigree. You know, you don't have a godfather, but you can use all of that newness to your advantage and sort of get into this game. So that's where it started. Then I was like, look, then No One Killed Jessica happened. People came and saw the plays that I was doing. Casting directors came. Now I'm married to a casting director, Nandini Shrikant. So yeah, that was the beginning of it.
Right, absolutely. And now I know you are preparing for a role for an upcoming movie. I want to ask you, as an inspiring actor, what are you looking at it as a student of the craft, or how do you pick apart the character to really get into the character?
You said it. You are a student of the craft, and I'm going to use that because you're always, Monica, you're okay holding that? Your arms on her head? Okay. You're always learning. You got stage fright all the time. And like in this particular film, there's like Chava, which I know I'm speaking a bit early about it, but there was a lot of physical training. I had never done an action film before.
Right.
And Keanu Reeves' trainer for John Wick has trained me for the Talwar stuff. So it's 1600s, and I had to learn horse riding. That stuff is learning. My muscles, I'd wake up with my muscles being cramped because I had to train sword training in the morning, come home, take a nap, go to the gym to try and bulk up. You can't do it the other way around, because if you do weights in the morning, then you don't get that flexibility. And that's just me. And Vicky Kaushal, our hero, had a whole different regime,
Right.
which was like, it's gada majduri, man. There's nothing romantic about being an actor. As an aspiring actor, you just know, and I think you do know it already. It's like being a labor work.
Can imagine.
It's just that.
Yeah. All
But
those hours.
the glamour is a different department. It's a marketing department that takes care of it. So, like, I'm here for the premiere of Baby Crasto, produced by Golden Ratio, and Supriya Pathak's in it. She's a fantastic performer. Our director is a first-time director who you must meet, Jaisal Shah.
Okay.
She's 30 right now. I mean, sorry to give away age, but she is. And I only say that because I think the true storytellers now are the youngies who have picked up the craft. So she was Mr. Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra's DA, director's assistant, and during COVID she wrote a story, and then we filmed it, and now we're here.
Right.
That's insane. And I just want to tell you, like, I love this industry because there's something in your head. You put it, you and Monica sit down and write a story. Then you put dialogue, and you get a producer, you get a camera, you get this thing, you get a unit of 150, 200 people you're employing. Based on a story, you generate employment. That's insane.
Yeah. I think it does definitely, I think the industry does definitely give back, especially to young people who need work.
Yeah.
There's always going to be work. It's just you got to be willing to put in the hours and be willing to hone your craft, I think.
Yes.
And so my next question to you is, when you are picking a movie or a script,
Yes.
is there anything you look for? Is there any sort of feeling you want to get from the script before you say, right, I'm doing this movie?
Yes. When I read it, if my decision making is pretty simple, if I want to watch that play or that film or that series, I want to be part of it. Like, if I'd want to watch it as an audience member.
Yeah. So
It's as simple as that.
yeah. So you want to obviously find it interesting from like a viewer's perspective.
Yeah.
And if I find it interesting, you want to be involved in the project.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it is that simple. I think as well for me is like, if you watch something on TV or the cinema and it just grabs your attention, then I think that's what naturally you gravitate towards,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Perfect. And now looking towards the future, is there anything that the audience can look forward to seeing you in? Anything happening?
Yes. Totally forgot about it. At the end of the month, do you get Geo Cinema here?
I am not sure.
Okay, there's a series called Illegal Season 3. I wasn't in part 1 and 2, but I am in part 3 playing a Rajasthani business tycoon with a really big beard and fake earrings that hurt so much. I should have just pierced my ears for the part.
It's worth the pain, I think.
Holy
Isn't
crap,
it?
every day at the end of it, I was like, man, is my ear pierced already with that fake one? They're like, it's a spring. I'm like, man, it's hurting.
It doesn't feel like one, does it?
Yeah, doesn't feel like it. So that's nice. That's a character that I haven't played before either. It's like this real MCP kind of guy, foul mouth. Well, it's great to play the guy. You know, in society, we sort of take it easy and like be our best version, but just to get the license to play that badass guy for a little while was very liberating.
Definitely wicked. And I want to ask you, so you're making something as we're going along. What could you want to show? Because I just realized it now. I'm like, that's pretty multitasking, talented.
This is for my friend Rima actually, but I'm gonna make you one.
Oh please,
in some time, and Monica as well.
That's really cool.
But this is a crane, and what you got to do is you got to hold it in the front, and you hold it back, and then you go. Boop.
Oh wow, that's really cool. And he's doing this during the interview. That is talent, actually. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Definitely.
Wait a minute. If I have another pink paper, then you can keep this one.
Definitely.
You can keep this one.
I can keep it.
This is
wicked.
for you. That's for you.
That's really cool. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Give it a go.
So am I doing it right?
Yes, yank it. Wait up. Hold the top. Hold it. 8 seconds. There we go.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Neil. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure interviewing you,
Yes.
and
Thank you.
great seeing you today. And be sure to stay tuned to see more interviews like this, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.